Do you ever wake up and feel lost? You open your eyes, look at the ceiling, and think, how did my life become like this? You scroll your phone, you see other people smiling, traveling, building something, while you are still stuck in the same place, same thoughts, same routine. Deep down you know you could do more, be more, live more. But something inside feels heavy. Something keeps you small. I want you to stop for a moment. Put your phone down. Take one deep breath. Feel your chest move. This is not just air, it is life. Your life. And today, you are going to change it. Not next week. Not next year. Not when you have more money or time. Today. Because sometimes one honest day can fix what years of waiting cannot. You don't need a miracle. You don't need permission. You don't need anyone to save you. You only need to decide that today is yours. That this day will not be wasted like all the others. You will not run from yourself. You will face your life, softly but bravely. Let's start simple. The first thing you must fix is your space. Look around your room. Every object you see is a story. The old clothes you never wear. The papers on your desk. The dust on the shelf. They are all small reminders of yesterday. But today is not yesterday. Today is new. Stand up. Don't think. Just move. Open your window. Let the air come in. Let the light touch your face. Take your blanket, fold it slowly. Put things back where they belong. It's not just cleaning. It's clearing. You are telling your mind, I am ready for a new life. While you clean, speak in English, even if it's simple. Say, I am cleaning my room. I am starting again. I feel calm. Don't worry about grammar or accent. Feel the words. Let them become real. You are learning English and healing yourself at the same time. After you finish, sit on your bed. Close your eyes. Breathe again. The room feels different now, doesn't it? Brighter. Lighter. It's not magic, it's clarity. You took control of something small, and that control gives power. Because the truth is, when your space is clean, your thoughts can breathe. Now place your hand on your heart and whisper, I am not broken. I am just beginning. Feel how warm your hand feels. That warmth is your life. It has always been there, waiting for you to notice it. You see, fixing your life doesn't start with a plan or a book. It starts with awareness. It starts when you open your eyes and truly see what is in front of you. Today you are awake. And that is the first miracle. Outside, the morning light is growing. The world is moving. People are rushing, talking, worrying. But you are still here, quiet and awake. And inside that silence, something small and strong begins to rise. The feeling that maybe, just maybe, you can begin again. So stay with this feeling. Let it grow. You have taken your first small step. You cleaned your outer world. Now it is time to clean the inner one, the world inside your thoughts, where the real work begins. You sit quietly in your clean room. The air feels different now, fresh, light, almost soft. It's strange how something so simple can make you feel new again. But as the silence grows, you start to notice another kind of noise, the one inside your head. Thoughts begin to move fast. You hear your own voice saying, you've tried before. You always stop. Nothing will change. That voice is not your enemy, but it has been in charge for too long. Today, you learn how to speak louder than it. The next thing to clean is your mind. Your mind is like a room too, filled with old memories, broken plans, and heavy feelings. Some thoughts don't belong there anymore, but they still take up space. You think about mistakes, things you said, things you didn't say. You think about people who hurt you, and you think about how you hurt yourself. You can't move forward while holding all that inside. So let's begin the inner cleaning. Sit straight. Take one deep breath and let it out slowly. Now, imagine your thoughts as small objects on a table. Some are useful, like, I want to grow, or I can try again. But some are useless, like, I'm not good enough, or it's too late. Pick up one bad thought in your imagination and look at it. Ask yourself, does this thought help me? If the answer is no, imagine putting it in a box and locking it. You don't have to destroy it, just put it away. Then breathe again. You will feel lighter each time you do this. You are learning how to clean your inner space. This is not magic, it's practice. Every time you choose one clear thought instead of 10 messy ones, you are fixing your life one breath at a time. You can even speak it out loud in English. Say, I am calm. I am safe. I am learning. These are not just sentences. They are commands to your brain. The more you say them, the stronger they become. Now take a small notebook or piece of paper. Write down 3 thoughts that hurt you the most. Maybe I failed. Maybe I'm alone. Maybe I can't change. Don't be afraid to see them. Seeing the problem makes it smaller. Under each one, write a simple opposite sentence. I learned. I'm finding new people. I am changing. Read them slowly. Feel the difference. That feeling is power. Most people wait for the world to fix their life. They wait for someone to love them, to believe in them, to give them a chance. But peace doesn't arrive from the outside. It grows inside, from how you speak to yourself. Your words are seeds. Plant kind ones. Water them every day. As you do this, you may start to cry or smile or feel nothing at all. That's okay. Cleaning the mind is quiet work. Sometimes you won't feel the change right away, but your brain is listening, always listening. Every gentle sentence becomes a new path inside it. Now look around again at your room. The same room, but not the same you. You have started to move both outside and inside. You are learning how to control your space, your mind, your focus. And when you control these small things, bigger things begin to change by themselves. The morning sun is now stronger. You can feel its warmth on your face. It's not just sunlight. It's a reminder that clarity always follows darkness. You have faced your inner mess without running away, and that makes you stronger than you were an hour ago. Take one last deep breath. Whisper, I am ready for more. Because you are. You've cleared the space, you've calmed the mind, and now it's time to move your body. Because action is where new life begins to breathe. You stand up slowly. Your body feels a little stiff, but there's also a quiet energy moving inside you now. You've cleaned your room. You've cleaned your thoughts. And suddenly you realize something powerful. Your body is the bridge between the two. When your mind is heavy, your body feels weak. When your body moves, your mind begins to open again. So, the next step to fixing your life in one day is simple. Move your body with awareness. Don't worry, this is not about gym workouts or perfect routines. You don't need fancy clothes, you don't need equipment. You just need you, your breath, your feet, your heartbeat. Movement is life. Stillness without purpose becomes fear. Every small movement says, I am alive. So take a slow walk around your room. Feel the ground under your feet. Don't rush. You are not walking to go somewhere. You are walking to meet yourself. With each step, say something simple in English. I am walking. I am here. I am strong. Feel how these words sound in your mouth. Each sentence connects your body, your brain, and your heart. That is the real meaning of action, when all parts of you move in the same direction. Now open your window wider, or if you can, step outside. Let the sunlight touch your face. Stretch your arms high, as if you are welcoming the sky. Breathe deeply. Fresh air is free medicine. It cleans your thoughts faster than any advice. The oxygen wakes up your brain. The light resets your energy, and your body remembers something ancient, that it was born to move, not to sit in fear. As you stretch, think about all the moments when you said, I can't. Feel how those words made your body small, like you were shrinking from life. Now replace them with I can. Say it softly but clearly. I can. I can. The first few times, it might sound weak, but repeat it until your body believes it. Because confidence doesn't begin in the mind, it begins in the spine. When you stand tall, the world feels smaller and your courage feels bigger. After a few minutes, your heartbeat rises a little. You might even smile. This is what aliveness feels like. Not perfect, not dramatic, just present. You are here. You are doing something. You are choosing movement over waiting. And that one choice separates the people who stay stuck from those who transform. If you have space, take 5 minutes to tidy your body the way you tidied your room. Wash your face. Brush your hair. Change into fresh clothes. These are small actions, but they whisper powerful messages to your brain. I matter. I am worth care. I am moving forward. You don't need to fix your whole life in one giant act. You just need to keep saying yes to yourself through small, loving gestures. Now make something warm to drink. Tea, coffee, even just water. Hold the cup in both hands. Feel its warmth. It's a symbol. The world can still give comfort when you slow down enough to notice it. Take one sip, close your eyes, and let it remind you that peace doesn't live in the future. It's hiding in moments like this. As you drink, you start to notice something new, a quiet motivation rising from inside. It's not loud, not like fake motivation from videos or slogans. It's soft, steady, honest. It says, you can do something today that matters. It says, you can move from thinking to living. You finish your drink, put down the cup, and look around again. The light in your room is brighter now. You've moved your body, cared for it, awakened it. You can feel a small strength returning. It's time to use that strength to face the next thing, the one most people run away from. Your habits, the daily actions that quietly build or quietly break your life. You look around and realize your life is built from the small things you do every single day. Habits are invisible, but they decide everything. How you feel, how you speak, how you live. You can clean your room once. You can clear your mind once. You can even move your body once. But if you don't change what you repeat tomorrow, you will slowly fall back into the same circle again. That's why today is not only about one day of change. It's about one day that teaches you how to change every day after. Your habits are your silent builders. They work while you're not watching. Imagine each small action as a brick. Some bricks make a strong house. Others make walls that trap you. When you scroll endlessly, you are building a wall. When you take one focused breath, you are building a door. The question is simple. What kind of house are you building with your time? Sit down again and think about your usual morning. What do you do right after you wake up? Do you reach for your phone? Do you tell yourself, 5 more minutes? These small decisions are powerful. The first 10 minutes of your day write the story for the rest of it. If you begin with distraction, the day becomes heavy. But if you begin with attention, the day becomes your ally. So here's your next small task. Take a piece of paper and draw 2 columns. On the left, write old habits. On the right, write new habits. Be honest. Under old, write what keeps you stuck: sleeping late, checking your phone before sunrise, skipping breakfast, overthinking, complaining. Under new, write the opposite: waking early, reading a few lines in English, drinking water, writing one goal, saying one positive sentence out loud. Now look at both lists. Feel the difference between them. One list steals your time. The other gives it back. You don't have to change everything today. Just pick one new habit and live it fully for the next 24 hours. That's enough to start rewriting your pattern. As you make your list, talk to yourself softly in English. I wake up early. I drink water. I start small. Don't say I will. Say I am. Because your brain listens differently when you speak in the present. You are not waiting for change. You are living it. When you start a new habit, your mind will fight back. It will whisper, you don't have time. It will say, it doesn't matter. Smile when you hear that voice. That's the old system trying to survive. Thank it, but don't obey it. Every time you win against that voice, even once, you teach your brain that you are the new leader now. Take another slow breath. Feel your chest rise. That breath is also a habit. Breathing with awareness gives your mind stability. You're learning something bigger than just discipline. You're learning trust. Trust that small steps repeated with love can rebuild everything. You look again at your paper. The lists are simple, but they are also a map. You can already see the direction of your new life. From this moment, you understand something that changes everything. Success is not built in one grand act. It is built in thousands of quiet choices. You stand up, fold the paper carefully, and place it where you can see it, maybe beside your mirror or near your bed. Let it remind you who you are becoming. The day is still young. You've built clarity, peace, and intention. Now it's time to step into the world outside, where your new habits meet real people, and where courage learns to speak aloud. You glance out the window. The world outside is moving fast. Cars passing, people rushing, doors opening and closing. Everyone seems to be running somewhere. For a moment, you feel small again, like your quiet work inside doesn't matter. But then you remember, true change doesn't start in the noise of the world. It starts in silence. You have already begun. Still, life is not lived alone in your room. At some point, you must step outside and meet the world as your new self. So you put on your shoes, take one last look at your paper of habits, and whisper, let's live it. The door clicks behind you, and suddenly, everything feels more alive. The sunlight touches your skin. The sound of footsteps echoes on the street. The air feels cool in your lungs. You are no longer thinking about change. You are walking inside it. As you move through the streets, practice being aware. Notice how your body feels, how your heart beats, how your mind talks to you. Awareness is the first test of your new life. When you live on autopilot, you react. When you live awake, you choose. Every sound, every face, every smell becomes a teacher. The woman crossing the road reminds you to slow down. The child laughing reminds you that joy doesn't need a reason. The man shouting into his phone reminds you what you no longer want to be. You stop at a small cafe. You buy a drink and say, thank you. Clearly, kindly, in English. Maybe your pronunciation isn't perfect. It doesn't matter. You are speaking with honesty. The person behind the counter smiles. That's connection. The first real proof that your inner work is reaching the world. While sipping your drink, take a moment to reflect. You used to walk through days like a ghost, half awake, half dreaming. Now you feel the wind, the taste, the sound. This is what fixing your life feels like. It's not fireworks or applause. It's quiet presence. It's the feeling that the world is no longer happening to you, but with you. You walk again, slowly, and see people around you, each with their own stories, fears, and dreams. Some look tired, some angry, some lost. And you realize something. Everyone is fighting a silent battle. You are not the only one trying to start again. This awareness softens you. It replaces judgment with empathy. Instead of thinking, they don't understand me, you begin to think, maybe they're learning too. You pass a mirror on a shop wall and catch your reflection. For a second, You almost don't recognize yourself. Your shoulders are straighter. Your eyes are calmer. You look more alive. Not perfect, but real. And that's the point. You're not building a perfect life. You're building a true one. Before heading home, you take a small notebook from your bag. You write a few short sentences. I left the house. I spoke kindly. I felt peace. These simple words are proof of progress. You are teaching your mind to notice wins, not just mistakes. When you return home, the same room greets you differently. It feels like a friend now, not a cage. You sit near the window again, feeling a soft tiredness in your legs, a good tiredness, the kind that comes from movement and honesty. The sun is higher now. Half the day is gone, but it hasn't disappeared. It has been used, shaped, lived. You feel proud, but also curious. What comes next? You look at your paper again, at the list of new habits, and you realize that to make them real, you must understand time itself, how to use it, not waste it, how to make hours feel like life, not just passing minutes. You sit by the window, the paper still in your hand, and watch the clock on the wall. The second hand moves quietly, steadily, without stopping for anyone. You realize something simple but sharp. Time is not the problem. The problem is how you live inside it. Most people say, I don't have enough time, but what they really mean is, I don't use my time with care. You can fix your life in one day only if you start treating each hour like a piece of gold. Look at the day you are living right now. The morning is already gone, yet it doesn't feel lost. You cleaned, you thought, you moved, you met the world. Every action filled time with meaning. That's how real time works. When you live with purpose, an hour feels full. When you live without it, a whole week can disappear like smoke. You take a pen and draw a small circle on your paper. Inside it, you write my 24 hours. Around the circle, you mark the parts of your day, morning, afternoon, evening, night. Then ask yourself, where do I usually give my time away? Maybe to endless scrolling, overthinking, worrying, or waiting for the right moment. Be honest. The goal is not to feel guilty, but to see clearly. Awareness is the door to control. Now choose 1 hour, just one, that you will protect like treasure. That hour will belong to your new life. Maybe it's the first hour after you wake up. Maybe it's the quiet time before bed. Promise yourself that this hour will be for growth. Reading, writing, speaking in English, reflecting, creating. Even if the rest of the day feels chaotic, this 1 hour will keep you grounded. As you plan, remember, structure is not a prison. It's freedom. People think discipline means no joy, but the truth is the opposite. When you plan your hours, you free your mind from confusion. You stop running behind time, and time starts walking beside you. Say this softly. I have enough time for what matters. Repeat it until your heartbeat slows. That's not a lie. It's a reminder. The world gives everyone the same 24 hours. What changes is how you shape them. Outside, the afternoon light has turned golden. You can hear distant laughter from the street. You smile, because for the first time, you're not rushing through the day, you are living it. You have turned your attention into art. You stand and stretch again. The air feels warm now. The day is halfway through, but it doesn't feel like it's slipping away. It feels like it's opening wider, giving you more room to breathe. There's still so much you can do, but you don't feel pressure. You feel rhythm. You are learning that time isn't your enemy. It's your silent partner, waiting to work with you. You pour yourself another glass of water, sip slowly, and whisper, I'm not late. I'm just starting at the right moment. The fear of being behind begins to fade. And in that space, a new thought appears. If time is my partner, Maybe I can start shaping my future today, one clear action at a time. You look at your circle of hours again, and something inside you feels calm for the first time in a long while. Time no longer looks like a storm chasing you. It feels like a river you can walk beside. You begin to understand that fixing your life is not about running faster. It's about moving with direction. And the direction begins with purpose. Without it, even a perfect schedule is just an empty shell. Purpose is not a big, shining dream far away. It's not about being famous, rich, or admired. Purpose is smaller and quieter. It's the reason behind every choice you make. It's what gives meaning to the simple things. Why you wake up, why you study, why you speak kindly, why you want to grow. When you know your why, you stop feeling lost. Take your notebook again. On a new page, write this question at the top. What do I really want my life to feel like? Don't write what you think you should want. Don't think about what other people expect. Just describe a feeling. Maybe peace. Maybe freedom. Maybe love. Maybe energy. Close your eyes and imagine living a day that feels that way. See yourself walking, speaking, smiling, resting. Let the image become clear. That image is your purpose beginning to speak. Now write one sentence that begins with, I want to live a life where, fill in the rest. It might be simple, like, I want to live a life where I wake up excited, or I want to live a life where I help others. Whatever comes out first, trust it. That first answer usually comes from truth, not fear. Purpose is not something you find outside of you. It's something you uncover inside. You don't need to chase it. You just need to listen. Every time you do something that feels real and peaceful, you are touching your purpose. Every time you lie to yourself or live for approval, you walk away from it. You whisper your sentence out loud, slowly, in English. Feel the rhythm of your own voice. You are not just learning English words. You are learning the language of your soul. When the two meet, power begins to grow. Sit quietly for a moment. Feel your breath again. There is a small space inside you that feels warm now, the place where purpose lives. You might not have all the answers yet, but you have a direction. And a person with direction no longer feels lost, even when the road is long. The light in your room has changed again. Afternoon is deepening into early evening. The world outside is slowing down. People are finishing their work, heading home. You smile softly because today, you are not running home to escape life. You are returning to it. You stand up, stretch your arms, and whisper, "This day is still mine." You can feel gratitude rising quietly in your chest. Gratitude for the breath in your lungs, for the chance to begin again, for the peace that comes when you stop fighting time and start walking with it. And as you look toward the soft light of evening, you know the next part of this one-day journey is waiting. The part where purpose meets reflection, where the outside world grows still, and your inner voice becomes louder than ever. The light outside begins to turn soft and golden. The shadows in your room grow longer, and the air feels slower, calmer. The day that started with confusion has now become quiet, like a deep breath. You've faced your space, your thoughts, your body, your time, your purpose. And now, as the evening comes, it's time to listen, truly listen, to the voice that lives inside you. You sit down near the window again. The sky is painted in orange and pink, and for a moment, everything feels still. You realize how rare silence is. The world is always loud. Phones buzzing, people talking, thoughts spinning. But silence is not emptiness. Silence is where the truth finally has space to speak. You close your eyes. At first, you hear the usual noise of your mind. Small worries, plans, memories. You let them pass like clouds. Then a softer voice appears underneath it all. It says things you almost forgot. I want peace. I want to love. I want to live simply. I want to forgive myself. These words are not commands. They are confessions. You don't need to answer them. You just need to hear them. Listening to yourself is one of the bravest acts in the world. It means facing the parts of you that hurt, the ones you usually hide behind noise or work. But now, you are ready. Because silence is no longer scary, it's your teacher. You take your notebook again and begin to write, not to be perfect, but to be honest. You write about how you felt this morning, about how cleaning made you lighter, about how time felt different when you used it well. You write about the small courage it took to speak in English, to walk outside, to meet yourself. You write without stopping, without editing. Just flow. Your hand moves faster than your thoughts, and suddenly, your page is full. Then you read what you've written quietly. You notice one thing. There is no anger in your words. There is softness, even when you talk about pain. You smile, because that's what healing looks like. It's not loud. It's not a fight. It's the gentle return to kindness. You look up from the page. The sky outside is darker now, and lights are turning on in the houses around you. It feels like the whole world is preparing to rest. You realize that evening is not the end of the day. It's the body's way of saying, it's time to slow down. So you decide to prepare for rest, not just sleep. Rest is not running away from effort. It's allowing your energy to come home. You stretch your arms, drink some water, and look around your room once more. It's still clean. It feels like peace itself is living there now. You whisper softly, "Thank you, day." Not because everything is perfect, but because today you were awake. You didn't hide. You faced yourself with honesty and love. And that is more than enough. The quiet deepens. The first stars appear in the sky. You close your notebook, place your hand on your heart, and feel its steady rhythm. You think, I've been alive all this time. I just forgot to notice. As you breathe slowly, a warm thought appears. Maybe tomorrow doesn't need to be different. Maybe living one good day fully is already the secret to a better life. You smile at that thought, because deep down, you know it's true. The sky outside is now a deep blue. The world grows quiet, and inside your chest, the same calm begins to spread. Evening has a different energy from morning. Morning asks you to rise. Evening asks you to release. To fix your life in one day, you must learn both, how to rise and how to let go. Many people learn how to fight for their dreams, but very few learn how to rest without guilt. Tonight, that's your next lesson. You walk to the corner of your room and switch on a small lamp. The light is soft, warm, almost golden. It feels like safety. You sit down again and take another deep breath. All day, you've been doing, cleaning, thinking, walking, writing. Now it's time to simply be. You don't need to chase progress. You don't need to prove anything. You just need to exist in peace. You whisper to yourself, I did enough for today. At first, your mind resists. It says, no, you could have done more. But you smile, because you know that's the old voice, the one that never feels satisfied, the one that forgets to see the good. You gently reply, maybe, but today I showed up. Today I was honest. And that is more than enough. You decide to create a small night ritual, a gentle practice that tells your brain it's safe to rest. Maybe you light a candle or dim the lights. Maybe you put your phone far away. You can even play quiet music or the sound of rain. The goal is simple, to remind your mind that peace is allowed. Then, speak to yourself in English, just like before. Simple, kind words. I am proud of me. I am learning. I am safe now. Feel how soft your voice sounds. The more you repeat such sentences, the more your body believes them. This is how healing becomes language, one calm word at a time. Now close your eyes. Think of one thing that went right today. It can be tiny, a deep breath, a smile, a moment of clarity. Feel grateful for that single thing. Gratitude doesn't need to be loud. It grows quietly in the heart, and when it grows, it replaces fear with trust. You stretch your hands, feeling the last tension leave your body. You realize something profound. Peace is not the reward for fixing your life. Peace is the tool that helps you fix it. When you choose peace, you think clearly, act wisely, and treat yourself gently. That's real strength. The clock ticks softly. Outside, the city lights shine like small promises in the dark. You think of all the people still awake, worrying, scrolling, searching for meaning. For a second, you wish they could feel what you feel right now. This simple, deep calm. Because you finally understand that happiness isn't about changing everything around you. It's about changing how you hold the moment. You take one last breath for the day, slow, full, forgiving. You whisper, "I'm proud of you," as if speaking to someone you love. And maybe, for the first time, you truly mean it. The day isn't over yet, but something heavy has ended, the old way of being. The night is waiting quietly. It doesn't want you to rush into sleep. It wants you to rest awake for a few more minutes, to feel the beauty of stillness before the dreams arrive. You stay still for a moment longer, eyes closed, breath slow. The night feels like a blanket now, soft, wide, and safe. But beneath the calm, something else begins to rise. Not noise, not fear, but reflection. When everything becomes quiet, truth speaks in whispers. And tonight, that whisper says, "Look at how far you've come in just one day." You open your eyes again and look around the same room you woke up in this morning. It's clean, calm, and full of meaning now. It doesn't just hold furniture, it holds proof. Proof that you can change your energy, your focus, your life, without leaving the place you are in. The difference between morning and night is not in the walls around you. It's in the person sitting inside them. You stand and walk slowly to the mirror. The reflection looking back is familiar, but softer. Your eyes look steadier, your shoulders lighter. You realize you are seeing yourself, not as a collection of mistakes, but as a living story, unfinished, but beautiful in its becoming. You smile, not because everything is perfect, but because it finally doesn't need to be. As you look into your eyes, you whisper a truth that you've avoided for years. I am not behind. I am not broken. I am not late. I am just learning. You repeat it once more, slower this time. Each word lands deeper. You can almost feel old beliefs loosening their grip, like knots gently untying. You remember the times you said, "Tomorrow I'll start," and how tomorrow never came. But this day was different. You started. You acted. You showed yourself that power doesn't live in huge plans or waiting for perfect motivation. It lives in doing something small with honesty. That is how new lives begin, quietly, bravely, in the middle of an ordinary day. You sit down again and take your notebook. On a blank page, you write the date at the top, and below it, a sentence. Today, I chose myself. Then you write a few more lines, what you felt, what surprised you, what you want to keep. You don't need fancy words, just truth. When you finish, you close the notebook and rest your hand on it. That small book now holds your turning point. The room is silent except for the sound of your breathing. You realize something important. Fixing your life doesn't mean escaping your past. It means meeting it with kindness. The person you were yesterday is not your enemy. They are the reason you are here now. You don't need to erase them. You only need to thank them for surviving long enough for you to arrive here. Outside, A few stars are visible through the window. You watch them quietly. For the first time, they don't make you feel small. They make you feel part of something wide, endless, forgiving. You whisper softly, "I am enough for tonight." The words echo in the stillness, gentle and complete. And as you prepare to rest, you understand that the next part of your journey is not about doing more. It's about learning how to wake again tomorrow without losing this peace. You sit for a few minutes more, your eyes following the stars outside. There is a strange, quiet comfort in them. They shine without noise, without rush, without need to prove their worth. They simply exist. You realize that this is what you want too, to live like that, to shine quietly, to exist in peace, even when the world moves fast around you. You turn off the lamp, and the room falls into half-darkness. The glow from the street outside paints soft shapes on the wall. You lie down, your head resting on the pillow. For the first time in a long while, your body feels heavy in a good way, not tired from stress, but relaxed from honesty. The bed doesn't feel like an escape tonight. It feels like home. As you close your eyes, thoughts still come, but they're no longer sharp. They float gently, like paper boats on water. You remember the morning, the first breath, the first decision. You remember how the day unfolded, one small step at a time. There were no miracles, no sudden magic, only presence, one honest moment after another. And yet, that was enough to change everything. Your mind whispers, maybe life has always been this simple. Maybe the secret isn't in fixing everything, but in caring for small things with big love. The room, the body, the thoughts, the time, the purpose, all pieces of one whole life. When you treat each one with care, balance comes naturally. You turn to your side and pull the blanket close. You listen to your breath, deep and calm. You tell yourself in English, softly but clearly, "I am safe now. I am resting. I did well today." The rhythm of those words becomes a lullaby. You are learning to comfort yourself, to be your own home. That's real maturity, not perfection, but peace. You imagine your day like a painting. Morning light, movement, smiles, silence, reflection. Each color soft, blending with the next. There are no sharp lines between moments, just smooth transitions, like how life should feel. You see that everything connects. The cleaning helped you think clearer, the thinking helped you move, the movement helped you feel brave, and the quiet helped you see. Every piece had a purpose. You smile in the dark. Maybe fixing your life is not about changing everything outside. Maybe it's about remembering that everything you need has been inside you all along, waiting to be used, waiting to be loved. Sleep starts to pull you softly, like the tide. But before you drift away, you whisper one last promise. Tomorrow, I'll keep living like this, awake, simple, true. The words float into the night air. And even though your eyes close, your heart stays open, calm, thankful, alive. Morning returns quietly. You don't wake to noise or hurry this time. You open your eyes slowly, and for a moment, you simply lie there, feeling your breath. The light coming through the window is soft and golden, and the air feels fresh, almost new. The first thought that appears in your mind is gentle, not heavy like before. It says, "I made it." Not just through the night, but through the small storm that used to live inside you. You sit up and look around. Everything is still in its place. The room is calm, the notebook still on the table, the cup from yesterday beside it. But something invisible has changed. You feel grounded, safe, like the day belongs to you again. Yesterday was a test, and you passed, not with perfection, but with presence. You stand up, open the window, and let the new air in. It brushes against your face, cool and kind. You whisper, "Good morning," to the world outside. For the first time, those words don't feel automatic. They feel like a greeting to life itself. You notice the sound of birds, the smell of early sunlight on the walls. Everything seems brighter, not because the world changed, but because you are finally seeing it with clean eyes. You walk to the mirror again. Your reflection looks rested, lighter. You say quietly, "I'm proud of you." It feels natural now. Not strange, not forced. You've learned that pride doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from being honest, from showing up, from trying again after all the times you wanted to give up. You drink a glass of water and feel it move through you. Every simple act, breathing, drinking, moving, feels full of meaning. You realize that this is the real miracle, being awake inside your ordinary life. You don't need a new city, a new job, a new version of yourself. You just need awareness. And that awareness makes every moment new. You open your notebook again and write one sentence. "I will live today the same way I fixed yesterday, one small truth at a time." You underline it. That's your new rule. No pressure, no rush, only direction. You now understand that the power of one day doesn't end at midnight. It continues, like a quiet wave, shaping the days that follow. You sit by the window again, holding your notebook in your lap. You whisper your sentences from yesterday aloud, in English, slow and calm. "I am learning. I am growing. I am peaceful." The sound of your voice in the morning light feels like prayer. The language you are learning has become more than grammar or words. It has become a rhythm of hope. Each sentence is both a lesson and a promise. Outside, the world begins to move faster again. Cars pass, doors open, people rush. But inside your space, time moves slower. You are no longer part of the noise. You are watching it with calm eyes. You're beginning to live not as a reactor, but as a creator. You smile. One day changed everything. But not because you became someone new. It's because you finally remembered who you already were. You stay by the window a little longer, watching the people outside hurry through their morning routines. There's a quiet joy in observing without rushing. The old you would already be grabbing the phone, scrolling, comparing, worrying. But today feels different. You are not running after the world. You are walking beside it. The peace from yesterday didn't disappear overnight. It stayed, resting in your chest like a quiet flame. You close your eyes for a moment and think about everything this one day has taught you. The biggest lesson wasn't about cleaning or writing or planning. It was about presence. You learned that when you give your full attention to small moments, life gives its beauty back. You don't fix life by escaping it. You fix it by returning to it. Your phone buzzes on the table. You pick it up, but before unlocking it, you pause. You take one deep breath and ask, "Do I need this right now?" For once, the answer is no. You smile and set it down again. That simple pause feels like victory. Control isn't about doing more. It's about choosing wisely. You take your notebook once again and draw a small line down the center of a new page. On one side, you write yesterday's lessons. On the other, you write today's actions. Under yesterday's lessons, you jot down what you discovered. Awareness changes everything. Peace is a practice. Small steps matter more than big promises. Under today's actions, you write just 3 things you will do to live these lessons. Stay calm when speaking, notice beauty once an hour, and talk to one person kindly in English. You look at the list and feel a soft pride. It's simple but real. These aren't tasks, they're reminders. Each one pulls you closer to the kind of person you've already started becoming. You get dressed, and prepare to go outside again. The world hasn't changed. Cars still honk, people still rush, but you have. You walk slower, breathe deeper, smile more easily. You are not trying to prove anything to anyone anymore. You are simply practicing what peace feels like in motion. As you walk down the street, you pass a small park. The sunlight dances on the leaves, and you decide to sit for a moment. Children play nearby, and the sound of their laughter fills the air. It's soft but powerful, a reminder of something you forgot as an adult. Joy doesn't need permission. It simply exists. You take a slow breath and repeat quietly, I am allowed to feel joy. I am allowed to be peaceful. The words feel true now. You write them on a small page of your notebook and fold it carefully. You want to carry it with you, like a secret promise to yourself. When you stand up, your heart feels light. This isn't the happiness that comes from excitement or success. It's deeper, steadier. It's the happiness of being present, the kind that doesn't need to shout, the kind that stays even when life gets hard again. You walk home as the day grows brighter, holding that folded page in your hand. The city is alive, full of movement, but for once, you don't feel lost inside it. You feel connected to the air, to the light, to yourself. And as you turn the corner toward home, one thought rises softly inside you. If one honest day can change this much, what could a lifetime of them do? You walk home with slow, thoughtful steps. The street is bright now, full of color, sound, and movement. You feel part of it all, but not swallowed by it. It's like you've learned a secret rhythm. Life is no longer something to survive. It's something to dance with. You don't rush the steps anymore. You move in time with the music of each moment. When you reach your door, you pause before opening it. The same door you walked through yesterday morning feels like a symbol now. You left through it carrying confusion. You're returning through it carrying calm. You smile softly, push it open, and enter. The light inside your home feels warmer, and your heart responds with quiet gratitude. You put your bag down and look around. Everything is as you left it. Your notebook, your cup, the clean desk, the open window. But this time you don't see objects, you see anchors. Each one is proof of a promise you kept to yourself. The cup reminds you to slow down. The notebook reminds you to think clearly. The window reminds you that fresh air can fix more than sadness. You've built a small world that supports your peace instead of stealing it. You sit at your desk, open your notebook, and begin to write without pressure. The pen moves easily across the page. You don't write goals this time. You write gratitude. For breath. For silence. For courage. For the simple truth that you're still here, trying. You realize that gratitude doesn't make life perfect, but it makes life possible. It's the bridge between the pain you've lived and the peace you've created. After writing, you lean back and close your eyes. You imagine your life as a map. The roads are not straight, but each curve led somewhere important. Every wrong turn taught you patience. Every loss gave you depth. Every fear became a lesson in courage. You whisper, "Thank you," even to the memories that once hurt. Because now you understand, they weren't punishments. They were directions. You open your eyes and look at your reflection in the window. The person staring back doesn't need fixing anymore. You still have dreams to chase, work to do, lessons to learn. But you no longer feel broken. You feel whole in motion, healing while moving forward. You stand and stretch again. Your body feels alive, strong, light. You walk to the window and rest your hands on the frame. The sky is a brilliant blue now, and you feel its vastness pulling something open inside you. You whisper softly in English, "This is my life. I am not waiting anymore." The words don't sound like a wish this time. They sound like a declaration. You feel their power echo through your chest. You're not asking for peace or purpose anymore. You're living it. Outside, the day continues, full of noise and change. But inside your world, there's a steady calm. You know challenges will come again. You know not every day will be easy. But you also know this. If one day of honesty could rebuild your strength, then any day can. You sit again, close your notebook, and rest your palm on it. You whisper, "Thank you, yesterday." Then you add, "I'm ready for tomorrow." And deep inside, you know you are. Because for the first time, tomorrow doesn't feel like a threat. It feels like a gift you already know how to open. You stay by the window, watching the sunlight move slowly across the floor. It feels like the day is bowing to you, saying, "You did it." Not because you solved everything, but because you lived fully. You didn't hide from your thoughts. You didn't escape your feelings. You didn't wait for a better time. You took one ordinary day and turned it into a doorway back to yourself. That is the real meaning of fixing your life. You take one last look around your space. Everything feels alive. The desk, the walls, the quiet air. Even your breath feels new. You walk toward the mirror again, the same one you faced in the morning. You smile at your reflection, not with pride that shouts, but with peace that glows. You whisper, "This is who I am. I am here. I am enough." Your mind begins to remember the steps. You woke up, cleaned, moved, breathed, wrote, walked, listened, rested. You didn't run from pain. You walked through it. You didn't look for motivation. You built it. You didn't search for magic. You created it through small, honest choices. Each moment was a seed, and now you're standing in the garden that grew from them. You think of how you used to believe that change needed years, or luck, or someone else's help. But now you know it begins in a single sunrise, in a single decision, in one brave heartbeat that says, "I'm ready." The secret was never about time. It was about attention. When you give full attention to one day, you give your whole life a chance to start again. You pick up your notebook for the last time today and write your closing sentence. "Today, I learned how to live." You underline it once, slowly. Then you add another line below it. "Tomorrow, I will keep learning." Because this is not the end of your story. It's the foundation of a new one. You close the book, place it gently on the desk, and take a deep breath. The air tastes calm. You whisper your affirmations one more time in English. "I am learning. I am strong. I am peaceful. I am alive." They are no longer just words. They are your truth now. Outside, the light softens again, turning everything golden. You step closer to the window, resting your forehead against the glass. You realize that the world hasn't changed at all. It's you who has. And when you change the way you see, the world quietly changes too. You whisper a final promise to yourself. Every day is a new chance. I will not waste it. You smile, soft, sure, and real. You fixed your life not by becoming someone new, but by remembering who you already were beneath all the noise. You don't need permission to start again. You just need one honest day, lived with heart, lived with awareness, lived as if it truly matters. Because it does. And as you step back from the window, your heart whispers the quiet truth you've been waiting to believe. I am alive, and I am free.